It was the first gala fundraiser to be held at the new Pasea Hotel and Spa, and the first Barefoot Ball at the hotel from the Bolsa Chica Conservancy. The 5th annual Pacific Coast Dreamin' Barefoot Ball brought together those supporters, sponsors, and friends of the Bolsa Chica Conservancy, barefoot or very close to its namesake fundraiser.
It is a big night and a big step forward. And talk about sustainability, being able to sustain this level of activity and productivity for the Bolsa Chica and for the environment in general is a big thing. It's remarkably important.
The hotel and its outdoor lawns were in part made social playtime and education with native wetland animals, favorite silent auction items, delicious hors d'oeuvres, and getting lost into the blue. Inside, like each gala from the BCC, the award for Conservator of the Year. This year, along with MC Extraordinaire Ed Arnold, the 2016 recognition went to Captain Charles Moore, who's been promoting and sponsoring the ideals of environmental conservancy and the eradication of plastics for more than 30 years. There was something else, however, swirling around the room, an announcement about the Center for Coastal Ecology, a step closer.
Signal Landmark is the company that is the successor company to Signal Oil that at one time owned 2,000 acres at Bolsa Chica. And now we're down to very few acres left as the Brightwater project is being built out. When the project was approved, there was a requirement for us to dedicate 40 acres on what is known as the Huntington Mesa along Sea Point Avenue in Huntington Beach for the future Harriet Weeder Regional Park. And about a year ago, the board of directors of the company came to me and they said, Ed, the Brightwater project is winding down and we're looking at removing some of our assets off our books. And we've got this 40 acres over there that we've dedicated to the county. When do you think the county's going to accept it? So I said, well, that's not going to happen for a long time because the county has no money to build the park. So they're not going to accept title to the property when they have no money to build the park. So they said, well, do you think there's any organization out there that might want to steward the land on an interim basis until the county accepts it? I said, well, I think I know of somebody. And so I approached the Conservancy board with the idea of the Conservancy being the interim stewards of the land before the county accepts title and ultimately builds the park. And they were very excited about the idea because a portion of that property is the property that would sit underneath the future Bolsa Chica Ecological Interpretive Center. So the first thing we had to do was talk to the county and Supervisor Steele's office because we have this obligation to the county. And Supervisor Steele was very receptive to the idea. And in fact, she thought it was a great idea. And she assigned our good friend Tim Whitaker to work with us in the Orange County Parks Department to sell them on the idea. And through Tim and Supervisor Steele's hard work, we were able to convince the Orange County Parks to let the Conservancy step in and own the property, I guess, again, on an interim basis. And also, somebody else I want to mention too is Bill Blair from CRC. One of the issues the Conservancy had in accepting this property is obviously when you take title to property, there are liability issues. And so Bill was instrumental in helping us get through those liability issues. So we are in the process right now of transferring the property from the company into the Conservancy's ownership. So they very shortly will be the proud owners of 40 acres on the Bolsa Chica Mesa.
The Barefoot Ball, an obvious milestone gala that sets forth in sight the realization that a new interactive interpretive center is now possible. From the Pasea Hotel and Spa, dancing the night away. This is Matt Liffering for Surf City Highlights.